Hi, this is Kim Bonadillo from Blondie Salons. I'm going to take you through, step by step, a recent corrective color I did. This is one of my beautiful guests who, in a moment of weakness, let a girlfriend talk her into somebody else coloring her hair. So this is what I'm trying to get her back to. My best assessment of what was done to my guest is she looks to be treated with a level 5 ash-based permanent hair color globally. Then foiled with some type of a lightener, definitely put underneath some heat because it came up quite light. Then she was treated with a color remover, something that likely should not have been on scalp, as she did come back to me with blisters. All of this needs to be taken into consideration when formulating my fix. Using my knowledge of the color wheel and also natural hair pigment underlying tones helps me evaluate each section and decide whether the shade needs to be refined and eliminated or enhanced. SmartBond is my go-to during any corrective process. It consists of 3 parts. Step 1, the additive will strengthen the bonds during the chemical process. Step 2, as a pre-shampoo, rinses off any leftover chemical residue at the bowl. And my guest will take home step 3 to protect and strengthen the hair fiber after the service. Keeping your pH scale in mind is really important when you're doing corrective work. I'm going to utilize DRHS, which is an alkaline demi-permanent color, to restore depth. And for anything that needs to be lightened a bit more, I want to be using my Studio Blonde ammonia-free Magi Mesh. And then for any toning work, I definitely will head to Dia Light, which is an acid-based demi-permanent, lots of shine, and really closes down the cuticle for beautiful, healthy hair. So let me walk you through this. Basically, I'm going through and I'm going to utilize any light pieces that possibly could be incorporated into my chosen pattern, set them aside, and then restore each individual section exactly what it needs. This right here is to deal with the color remover at my guest's scalp that was too orange. So I'm restoring it to more of a neutral tone. That's where I'm utilizing my alkaline DRHS demi-permanent color. Now, every single section I have to decide what it needs. If it needs a deeper portion to match my pattern, again, I'll go through with the DRHS. If it needs a bit of lightening due to some of that old permanent color on the ends, I will utilize my Magi Mesh to lighten. And again, the goal is restoring the pattern that I want to see. This takes a lot of effort to be sure each section is done exactly the way you want, and you really have to be conscious not to lose your train of thought on your pattern. Now these pieces that were overly lightened, again, need to just have that natural root bumped in and the orange dealt with at the scalp. So utilizing my DRHS there, just smudging it in a bit. And then honestly, the ends are light enough. I'm going to just look through for any little fish hooks of depth or too dark on the end, deal with those, again with the Magi Mesh. Just pinch off any excess and cover it up. Every single section on the head will be dealt with like this. We'll allow for some processing time and then get her styled. I'm going to be using L'Oreal Techniart List Control Series. The blow dry cream, which I'll dry into my guest's hair, and then I'll finish with the oil, just a light touch at the end. And here is the finished look. My guest was really excited with the end result. We also spent some time discussing her best at-home care products. So she'll be taking great care of it until she is back in to see me in 4 weeks. We'll do a reassessment and make any additional color changes then. Thanks again for tuning in.